questions. First question will be from Elliot Clough.
Hey, Fran. Hope you're staying safe with all the crazy snow and stuff. Obviously, Owen wins his 5th Big Ten Freshman of the Week honor. Kind of seems like we're just talking about him in all these pressers and Zoom calls that we've had. But just thoughts on the recognition that he's received, not only from fans and from you and from us, but the Big Ten as a whole too.
Yeah, it's well deserved, and I'm thrilled for him. He's a hardworking young guy that just keeps wanting to get better. I know that sounds simple, but it's true. He's got a tremendous attitude, and he just keeps, kind of grinding both on the physical side, but also the mental side, with scouting and information, and just kind of trying to expand his game. And, to be recognized 5 times in this league is really hard to do, as you all know. And, anytime you have one of your guys that really works hard and prepares, you're just thrilled for him.
Mike Kloss.
Hi, Fran. I'm like a lot of people who don't have Peacock, and I didn't see last night's game in Lincoln. What struck you about
Mike,
what
it's
you
like
saw?
$9.99. Spring for $9.99, will you?
I'd rather have Netflix and Hulu.
I can't blame you for that, Mike. Yeah, but I obviously did watch the game. Nebraska was really impressive last night, I thought, at both ends of the floor. I mean, they were really working defensively. Obviously, when you play Purdue, they've got so many weapons. It's not easy. Obviously, it starts with Edey, but he's not the only guy. And, Purdue made a couple of sustained runs back at them, and they answered every one with multiple people scoring the basketball. So I think that's what makes them really hard, too, is they got a lot of guys that are producing at a high level right now.
David, go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry. Just to expand on that, I just read that they have the best winning percentage in the Big Ten since last February 1. How do you think that they've done that, considering that they've sort of, they've been stuck for a while?
Well, I think Fred's upgraded the roster substantially. I mean, they've got pieces. It takes a while to put pieces together, and that's what he did. I mean, I think they have a sound defensive philosophy. The offense is really clicking. It's not easy stuff to guard. But I think they have a good culture. They're sharing the ball and moving the ball. They added some pieces out of the portal who are really, really good players. I think Rink Mass is special. I've been really impressed with him. Williams, same thing. Alec, we played against him a couple of years ago. He was at UMKC at the time. He's a terrific player. But when you look at Wilcher and Lawrence, Tominaga, they got a lot of guys that are playing at a high level, but they're playing together, and I think that's the key.
David Eichholt.
Hey, Fran, appreciate the time. Kind of a 2-part question. One, how's Patrick doing? I know he missed last game. Is he fully expected to go? And then number 2, what stands out about Tominaga's game? It just seems like his off the ball movement. It just seems like he's a true 40-man assignment because he just never stops moving.
Yeah, Tominaga, you're right. I mean, you've identified, I think, what makes him hard to guard. So it's a function of that and the offense itself. You can move without the ball, but you better have some guys willing to throw it to you when you're open, and they do that. He's got great range, but he also is not just a 3-point shooter. He back cuts and can make those little runners and those little 8-footers off the glass and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you relax on him, he's going to get open and he's going to shoot it in the basket. Patrick's still struggling a little bit, not feeling great, but much better. Talked to him today. I think he's going to be over here today doing some stuff. So I think he'll be ready for Friday. So we'll see.
Tyler Tashman.
Hey, Fran. I hope you're doing well. You guys have had almost a week here between games. Is Has that extended break kind of allowed you to do anything that, you normally wouldn't have time to do, and just what has kind of been the focus during this stretch?
It allows you to kind of get done what you want to get done and not feel rushed. I mean, we were able to put the Rutgers game to bed in terms of teaching points that had to be made. We were able to get some lifts in. We've had practice. We have some guys come in on their own for some skill development, but also an opportunity to rest a little bit as it's a long grind. So you don't want to overdo it when you have some time like this. And then you lock into the scouting report for the next game.
Tyler again.
Just curious, I mean, it seems like, again, this season, just the Big Ten, the parity, just people beating, each other all over the place, as it has been a lot, in recent seasons. I guess just from your perspective, what makes this league so difficult, and maybe even more specifically winning on the road?
Well, I've been saying it now for a couple of years, and you basically just said it. You're 100% right. I think top to bottom, a lot of times, people say, oh, this conference is the best, that conference is the best, because they might have 3 or 4 teams at the top that are really special. I always say, our league is the best top to bottom, and that's what makes a league, whether it's the best league or not. And it's happened for a while. I don't know if it's the attractiveness of our teams for guys out of the portal potentially, but every team that you play in this league has really good players. They have a really good coach, and they have a plan, and they have a fan base that supports you. And you're right, that's what makes it difficult to win on the road. But in order to win on the road, you need some veteran guys. And you look around, the rosters in this league, and there's a lot of veteran guys now, especially with, portal transfers.
Mike.
Tony has either 3 or 4 steals in each of the last 4 games. And it seems like every time you watch him, he's stealing the ball and leading to an immediate basket. Well, from where has his defense come in his career?
You know what, Mike? He's always been a guy that had, the kind of speed and athletic power to do what you just said. But he also has really good anticipation skills. There's times when he does fall into the trap of kind of hanging around and anticipating and shooting gaps and poking guys. So there's a fine line between, okay, Tony, be solid, and, Tony, be Tony. And, I kind of are on the side of, go out there and wreak some havoc with your speed and athleticism, because you're right. Those turnovers are live ball turnovers, and they lead to baskets. So, I think the thing for him is to do all of what you just said, but then also lock in when you're guarding, a really top-notch player in this league, and maybe at some point not gamble so much.
All right, I think that'll do it. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, guys. Thank you.